I know it's cool to get on social media and talk about, what's wrong with the women and how they like the wrong type of man and they like thugs and Pookie and Ray Ray and Black America has a cultural problem. And don't get me wrong, there are some people, men and women, who have strange attractions and get with the wrong people for the wrong reasons and have the wrong value. That is true. But let's just be real for a second. Some dudes are just lame. Like, there is such thing as a lame. And some dudes are lame. Like, I feel like we like to skip over that part. We like to focus heavily on what's wrong with the community, what's wrong with people's dating choices, what's wrong with the morals and values and principles of the black community. And we can talk about that. But at the same time, some dudes are just lame. Now, let me explain to you what I mean by lame. In my opinion, a lame is a person who does not have a self-identity. They don't have their own morals, values, principles, or belief systems. That's a lame to me. Like, you having certain interests that are not necessarily mainstream Black American, that's not lame. Like, if you like anime, then you like anime. If you like the golf, you like the golf. If you like to draw, you like to draw. If you like to play video games, you into video games. If you like to collect rocks, then you like to collect rocks. That's your thing. That's what you do. Having your own personal ideas and interests that may not be mainstream does not make you lame. It makes you an individual. What makes you a lame is actually when you don't have an individual identity, or you suppress your individual identity in an effort to fit in or to get a woman. Or you adopt all sorts of things that you think are popular within the culture that are really not you in order to fit in. That's what makes you a lame. Or when your entire personality becomes what you have and what you have accomplished, that's what makes you a lame. Everything goes back to how much money you make, where you graduated from, where you live, what you drive. We all know people like that. And so some of you guys are legitimate lames, meaning you don't have an identity that you're confident in. And so you spend so much time, let me highlight what's wrong with the culture. Let me highlight what's wrong with the women and what they choose from. Listen, some of you are lame. Another thing that makes you lame, you don't have self-confidence or self-esteem or self-worth. And you're always comparing yourself to other men. And you have to tear down other men and the women that choose those men in order to make yourself feel puffed up. That's lame. And that's what a lot of guys do. You got to tear down Pookie. You got to tear down Ray Ray. You got to tear down the hood. And you got to tear down all the women that are attracted to those men to make yourself feel better about yourself. That's lame. Having to constantly compare yourself to somebody else that you don't know to make yourself feel better about yourself and feel better about the fact that you're not being picked, that's lame. You not having belief in yourself, not having confidence in yourself is lame. It's corny. Every 5 seconds you talking about Pookie this and Ray Ray that and the thug this and and look at the women that choosing them and there's something wrong with our... Listen, that's lame. When I get online and I see a low-functioning woman talking about how her preference is a low-functioning man, I don't feel no type of way about it at all. When I see a low-functioning woman get online and talk about how this man needs to carry a gun and she like thugs and he got to have bodies and she like to be disrespected and called out of her name and all these random things that we hear, I don't feel any type of way about it because I believe in assortative mating, meaning that people who are on the same level are going to gravitate towards one another. People with similar educational backgrounds, similar incomes, similar belief systems, similar interest in education levels. Those people are going to naturally gravitate towards one another. And so when I see a low-functioning woman talking about how her preference is a low-functioning man, I don't feel like I got to make a reaction video to it and see this is what's wrong with the women and this is wrong with the black community and only in black America. No, that's lame behavior. That's what makes you lame. It's not being smart. It's not being nice. It's not being clean cut. It's not being well spoken. It's not being educated. It's not even wearing sweater vests. No, what makes you lame, once again, is having no identity, no confidence in your identity, putting on a fake identity in order to fit in, and feeling as though the only way you can pump yourself up is by tearing everybody else down. And that's what a lot of you do. That's why a lot of you are lames. Because if by hook or crook you found yourself in front of or around the female and the female was entertaining you, once you start talking, once you let her know how much money you make, where you went to school, where you work, what kind of car you drive, once you run through your whole spiel about how you're so much better than Pookie, after that, there's nothing there. There's nothing interesting about you. There's nothing funny about you. There's nothing smooth about you. There's nothing. There's nothing there. There is no there. And that's what makes you a lame. You don't have your own personal identity. Or what makes it even worse, what some of you do, some of you will act as if you have these high moral standards and you don't get along with black women culturally because of what they believe in and types of men they choose. But the moment one of these attractive women show you any type of attention, those same women who you say you just don't get along with culturally because of this, that, and the third, as soon as one of those attractive ones pay you any kind of attention, then all of a sudden, all these morals and values and principles that you claim to have go right out the window because she look good. So you'll spend all this time talking about what's wrong with the woman, what's wrong with the culture, what's wrong with the value system. But the moment an attractive one pays you some attention, you'll throw all that out the window because you really don't believe in anything. So just to wrap it up, once again, a lot of you are lame, but it's not because you're a nerd. It's not because you're an introvert. It's not because you like to read a bunch of books. It's not because of any of that stuff. It's because you lack self-confidence and self-esteem, and you fail to hold your standards when pretty women come around. And outside of your job and what you make, there's nothing interesting or compelling about you. That's why you're a lame. Believe it or not, your success or lack thereof with black women has nothing to do with black American culture or Pookie and Ray Ray. The mere fact that you believe that your success or failure rate with women has something to do with all these things outside of yourself just highlights the point that you are a lame. Because whatever you're into, there's a group of people with your skin color that are into those very same things. No matter what it is you're into, there are people with your skin color into those same things. There are people without your skin color into those same things. There are people of the opposite gender into those same things. It's not because you don't fit in with the culture. No, I hate to tell you, but you are a lame.